Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by our superintendent, Mr. Hime. We are back.
Yes.
It's time for the Time with Hime.
Yes.
And we have a great show coming up because we have two sets of guests, and we're going to let you start off first with our first group.
Esports. Wow.
Yeah.
5 years ago, if somebody had said, hey, Mr. Hime, you're going to start a video game team. I said, no, we're not. But now it's one of the biggest and fastest growing sports or activities that our students take part of. So first of all, we have 3 of our esports student athletes or student activities here today, and we're going to let them tell us who they are and then talk about what is, a lot of people out there, they're like, what is esports? So go ahead, Chamberlain, you can start.
Chamberlain Young. Esports in general, it's taking the level of competitive, gaming and just taking it to like above and above. It's top 1% type stuff, It's not just easily good to get the push into it a lot.
It's just not a bunch of kids playing video games.
In the beginning, it might seem like it, but if you get into it and look at it at all, you'll see that it's not like that.
I'm Molly Lewis. I play on the League of Legends team varsity. So esports is just a team-based game, and it's really high-paced, high-intensity, lots of communication, and it's really fun. It's a really great thing to get into, especially if you're like shy, you have issues coming out and like doing stuff with other people. Esports is just really a way to get into that.
I'm Savion Shepard. I'm on Lawton High Smash varsity as well as Overwatch Junior varsity, and as well as Valorant varsity as well. Esports to me, it's just kind of like not really more of a club or sport, but just like something you get to do with people who are just like you. People will have trouble communicating with others or being like on an actual sport where like it's a lot more intense. Like in our esports club, if you make a mistake, that's good, but like nobody's gonna judge you for it. It's a place where you get to be yourself and you get to just have fun, honestly, no matter who you're playing with.
One of the interesting things I've seen about esports, like you said, is you might see a football player, somebody from the band, and somebody from the choir and a cheerleader on the same team, and just a student who's in other activities. So I like that idea that esports is truly this students of all walks. And so your coach was talking before we got started, and you guys can talk about it. What's the safety aspect of doing esports with the school instead of going home and doing it yourself?
Off the bat, the internet, it's a very dangerous place, to be honest, fully. But together with a team, you're protected. You have a lot of stuff protecting from attacks, stuff like that, which at home you're very compromised to. Just why it's better to be at school with each other.
In game, there's a lot of toxicity. Like online, you can get attacked if they find out you're like a woman or you're a person of color. They'll just dog on you, and it's just like you don't experience that in a team. Our coaches are not going to let you be bullied or made fun of. It's just a really safe and fun environment.
And basically just like, again, like, yeah, the internet is just a dangerous place. You're going to see a problem everywhere you go. But then like when you're with your team, it's like it doesn't even matter. Like they're there to let you know, like, hey, don't listen to that guy. You know who you are. Don't let that guy tell you who you are. It's just a really safe place to be in general.
What's after? I mean, that's one thing people talk about esports. College? Any of you?
It is possible to go in college and actually even commentator stuff for esports stuff. It's
Commentators?
Yeah, it's starting to branch out further. Like I'm currently looking into OU to doing that kind of stuff for them.
An esports commentator at college. Pretty awesome. I mean, it's kind of, there's more to it. Job market? What?
Definitely.
Definitely some things that branch off of esports, like, of course, commentating, shoutcasting, IT as well is a big thing in it. And then becoming a pro player, like, even that can get you so much further. Even though it's only like the top 1% who could possibly become pro player. If you manage to do that, your life is going nowhere but up. And everybody's going to think it's ridiculous because, like, hey, this guy's playing video games and he's making more money than me. But it's possible.
That's true with any pro sport.
Yeah.
I mean, only the top 1% of the 1% play professional football or basketball. So it is nice to know that there's opportunities. But what's exciting to hear is it develops teamwork. continuity, you feel safe amongst yourself, and it also, one thing we really work for in our age is you work with people from all different cultures and walks of life, and you learn to work together to accomplish a goal. Anything else you guys want to say about esports? I think we have a tournament coming up. You got somebody wants to tell us what's going on?
Yeah, the RGB Invitational coming up on February 25th. It's going to be hosting Overwatch, League of Legends, and Smash. A tournament. We're going to have like 10 different schools coming for Overwatch, I believe, 4 for League of Legends. I haven't had an exact number for a Smash, to be honest. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun.
One of y'all want to tell us what RGB is?
So the R stands for red for LHS, the G is for MacArthur, which is green, and then blue is for Eisenhower Eagles.
So doing a combined event, if you watch the other podcast when we had the student leaderships on, that's one thing they get excited about is we do more things as Lawton Public Schools. Not that we ever turn our back on the Eagles and the Wolverines and the Highlanders and those rivalries we have, but we also learn to build upon that and do more Lawton Public Schools. So it sounds like this is a joint effort between all of you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
like
rivalry.
every time we go to a Smash tournament, Lawton High, MacArthur, and Eisenhower are always running together. We're one big team, no matter what. And I like that because currently number 4 in Smash League, number 1 is Eisenhower, and then MacArthur, and then Canute is currently number 3. But Lawton High, we're seriously about to take them over soon. So I just love going up there with everybody. It's like we're all one big team. And every tournament we go to, the last 3 people to be there is always Lawton.
That's awesome. Anything else? Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Good luck. Again, that's February 25th.
Yep.
And it's going to be a big esports tournament. And as people say, they're amazed that we're allowed to play video games as part of a class, but it's really exploding in the job market. And there's a lot of professional organizations out there. They talk about flying drones and some of those things that the esports are going to be where they start recruiting from. So good luck to y'all again, and we appreciate your time.
And we will be sharing for the stream their event on our social media, and you can find them on the high schools.
And we have broadcasters.
Yes, we do. And more information to come, and we're excited to share that with our families. But we're going to say thank you to our athletes and take a quick break because we do have another guest when we come back. So, Mr. Hime, just stay tuned.
Are you a Lawton Public Schools 4th or 5th grade student with a passion for cooking? The Future Chef National Challenge is back. 4th and 5th grade students looking to compete will complete the plate with their favorite fruit or vegetable side dish. You have until March 1st to enter. Winners from each school will be chosen as a finalist to compete at Central Middle School on March 9th. Visit entries.futurechefschallenge.com to enter.
And we are back with our second guest, Mr. Hime. We love talking with our students, and this time we are bringing in one of our coordinators for Project Aware. Would you like to share?
Yes. Okay, we have Danna Bross with us today, and she is our Project Aware coordinator. Tell us what Project Aware is.
Project Aware is a program that builds infrastructure in our schools for sustainable mental health programs. So it's a grant, and after the grant, we want it to be sustained through our schools. So we're training staff, we have groups for our students to attend through the staff that's being trained, and then we have social workers that also assist. So we want it to be sustainable even when the grant's over with in 3 years. So we are building the infrastructure.
So one of the things I've heard is like our second grade teachers are they're getting some training in discipline.
Right.
Student behaviors and how to deal with things, and it's really going great. Can you tell us this a little bit?
Well, that's PAX. It's good behavior games for elementary. They did, before I came, they did train the second grade. Our goal for next year is to have all elementary grade teachers trained in PAX. It just provides a different type of discipline, behavior games, socially, to promote socially acceptable behavior. So they are strategies that we teach our teachers to implement in their classroom.
So for lack of a better term, we always talk about giving our teachers more tools in their tool bag in order to deal with various student behaviors or even as educational tools to improve the effectiveness of their classroom.
Yes.
And what you're saying is we're adding tools to our teachers' tool bags.
And we did start with second grade, but our goal is to have every grade have exposure and be trained through PACs and have those games in their classrooms. And it could be as simple as how you greet your students when they walk in, or how you have them in, they call them comfort circles, where the little kids can go around and, K through fifth, and talk about what's good, how they feel. It's about social emotionally learning, and it's developing those skills.
So if teachers have missed this or have interest, do they email you? Do they just?
Well, right now we're in the process of getting the PACs. It's through OSU. We want them to come down and train all of our teachers that have not, and we are working on that right
And believe
now.
it or not, this falls under our strategic plan.
Yes.
We've had that discussion in our strategic plan meetings. We've been in the last, since we really started pushing our strategic plan, especially in the
Yes.
district office, and we're starting to bring in those committees. And Project Aware and the strategic plan go hand to hand.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? I think part of the other big thing of Project Aware is parental, trying to get our parents involved, get our community involved.
Yes.
And so talk to us what you've got going on there. I think that's what you came to talk about.
So February 23rd, we have a big community event. We have 18 entities coming that deal with resources, and it provides for the families and our students mental health resources. And they will be there. It's from 5:30 to 7, and they will be there on hand to talk to families if they can set up appointments, whatever they need. These entities will be there, and I mean, some are coming from Oklahoma City, some are coming from Moore. We have everyone in Lawton that's a part of who we partner with to help get our kids the help they need if they are suffering a crisis or any kind of mental.
And we have some flyers we're pushing out on that. We
Yes.
also have some information on our webpage. One thing I have to encourage our parents and our families and even our community members, find out. We really push out to try to get people to know, but it amazes me how hard we push things, and we still have people that don't really understand. And the amazing services you're trying to offer, and we at LPS are trying to offer through this, it's a lot of things that parents can use. There's some really valuable and useful tools that they can get if they just knew it was there. So, I'm going to encourage everybody, come out to that meeting. I guarantee you there's going to be something there for every parent.
Yes.
And you're going to have activities for the students, right?
We are.
Okay, and
we
then
are.
it's circled around Valentine's. And what's the
Right.
theme of your event?
I Heart My Heart,
I Heart My Heart. And I was going to say, where is the location again?
Life Ready Center.
Okay.
Right.
So here at the Life Ready Center, and that's exciting because again, there's not. I've been doing this for a long time, and anytime when you sit down and make goals and you try to what you're going to do to be more effective, to create life ready students, it always starts with build better partnerships with our parents,
Yes.
in our community, and all of our guardians, and how do we make them a part of that instructional team, and so this is doing that. So again, if you got questions or whatever, feel free to get on and look. We have that magic email address, info@lawtonps.org. You can email that anytime if you have questions on this. We'll forward them to the right people to answer them. But this is your opportunity to, from what I've seen of it, I can't imagine as a parent there's not going to be something there for you. So I'm going to encourage that we have a really good crowd there and get involved, and it'll help all of us.
Absolutely.
Well.
Is there anything else you want to share with our community while you have them?
No, I'm just excited about it. I hope that we get a big turnout. I hope our parents come. I hope our students come. It's really important that we address some of the issues in the classroom and at home. And I think with the people that we have coming, there'll be so much information and so many avenues for resources.
Absolutely. And if we have any community members, we will definitely connect them with Ms. Danna and get them taken care of if they want to be a part of it.
Website, lawtonps.org. And again, if you have a question, info@lawtonps.org.
Mr. Hime, thank you so much for coming and joining us on the podcast. Is there anything else you want to
Well,
share with
first
our
of all,
families
weather.
too? Yes.
We feel like we've been about over. We're in a slump on predicting whether we should go remote or be at school. Again, for parents out there, no, we know we need our kids in school, but the hardest thing is if it's 6 o'clock in the morning when we make the decision, we already have people driving to work on bad roads. We already have slips and falls in our parking lot. We have kids up and about, and then parents have a hard time finding people. Through surveys and different things we've done through the years, we've learned that our parents would rather us err on the side of safety and make their own call at 6 or 7 o'clock the night before than be 100% accurate and make the call at 6 or 7 in the morning. So that's one reason why we make those calls early. Again,
We had that
as a
surprise
person
last week.
as a person who's over, because
Yes.
again, it's my final call. I've started trying to lean more toward making them later than earlier, but no, we will try to. Hopefully, we're through that for the year, and we don't have to worry about it again. But I will say this to our parents: we do have concerns when we know that you're missing work and those hardships we put on you. We have a place in our heart for that, and we apologize for that. But again, we're going to err on the side of safety, and we've learned that the majority want that call as quick as possible so they have time to make arrangements.
And if we ever wake up like we did last week and nobody was expecting that weather, they are still make the final decision.
Yes,
to
yes.
try
Never if because different things. Lawton's got a large enough school district that sometimes when it's that freezing fog and thing, there just may be one small patch somewhere in the district that's dangerous. The rest of the districts, not, and we just miss that area, especially if it wasn't predicted. So yes, definitely, if you feel it's unsafe to get to school, let us know. Get online, get your child's work done, and so forth.
And one more thing, we just need to do a friendly reminder about Friday and Monday.
Yes, Friday is a remote day on the calendar already. It's a remote day. We're using those remote days for various things, and as we move out of the COVID area, using the remote days to practice for being virtual, so we never get into that. We also are going to start using them as we move forward. You won't see the traditional professional development days throughout the year in the calendar. We'll use our remote days for those, so that as you see those, that'll make parents understand that we're getting more than one use out of those remote days. But yes, Friday, and then Monday is President's Day.
And everybody's off.
So we're off Friday. Students will be home on Friday and Monday, so parents can enjoy their 4-day weekend with their children. And
then on Monday, everybody's off because our
Yes,
staff are working Friday.
Monday is a no work day, no school day for everyone. Very excited about that for our staff.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our families? We had wonderful guests today, so thank you to them for
Basketball
coming.
playoffs about to start. Other wrestling, our MacArthur boys made it to the semifinals in the dual state. Very excited for them. A lot of other
Lawton
activities
High and
moving.
Eisenhower, they're all been active. Lots of great things
A
going
lot
on.
of things going on. So
All right, Mr. Hime, until next week then.
yes.
All right, we're getting there, you guys, almost to our 100th episode. If you have a special guest you'd like for us to have, make sure you email us. Until then, Mr. Hime, say goodbye.
Thank you. And
All
bye.
right.